We started coming to Oakdale right after our middle child was born, so about 11 years ago. Um,
Hmm.
at the time, I was staying at home, and Brad was working as a teacher. So we didn't have a whole lot of expendable cash, and I don't think we saw any value in tithing at all. And so, we gave when we could, but we kind of just ignored the whole idea
Yeah.
of tithing.
We
Um,
didn't want to think about it.
we didn't want to think
We didn't
about
want to
it.
think about it.
And I certainly had the mentality of, but we're doing, we're doing all kinds of things. We would adopt a family at Christmas, or we would do the Thanksgiving boxes. And
Yeah.
so in my head, that was tithing.
Yeah.
So I think it was about 9 years ago. And I think Kevin must have done some sort of sermon about, must have been that time of year when they were asking for pledges or whatever. And we were at our small group, and we just said, why should we tithe? Like, what's the purpose? We're living paycheck to paycheck. What? Why does the church want our money or need our
Yeah.
money? And I very clearly remember Kevin saying it has nothing to do with the church wanting or needing your money. And God doesn't want your money either. God wants your trust. Do you trust God to take care of you in all aspects of life, including your finances?
Yeah.
So,
We were definitely not on the same page about giving um, and tithing. Definitely not about tithing. I think, when we were faced with that question, do you trust God? That that was kind of challenging for us. And so it began sort of the conversation about, do we really trust God? Do we really trust God with our money? And so it started becoming one of those kind of back and forth conversations. And I definitely remember you wanted to give more than I wanted to give.
yeah,
You were ready to start giving more, um and I was definitely resistant.
the numbers
Um
never add up for us
right.
financially.
No, no way.
When you look at, what we're bringing in, and what our tithe amount is, the numbers just don't add up. And
No.
so I think it was really scary. And I just kept hearing this little voice in my head say, do you trust me to take care of you? Are you all in? And so we started at a very low amount. And we weren't real consistent to begin with. And then every year when the conversation came up, the pledge cards came out or whatever, we would go, okay, I think we need to give another $20 a month, or I think we need to give another $50 a month. And
Yeah.
it just continued to evolve.
Well, and I think too, it took that sort of step about going, all right, we're going to start giving more, then giving a little more and a little more, for us to realize, wow, we really are okay. We really are.
Yeah.
God is really taking care of us. And it took us actually giving that money for us to really see that God was going to take care of us financially. And
And we can look back over the years and see so many examples of when, I can think can remember thinking, "Oh my goodness, where's that money going to come from? How are we going to pay the electric bill this month?" And something would happen. Somebody would need me to do a little bit of work for them, kind of part time or whatever, that I could do
mhm,
from home while I had the kids, and
yeah,
sure enough, it would be enough to cover that bill, or you know, some money would come from somewhere. But I think over the years, things just kept falling into place, and more things kept
hmm,
happening, showing us that God showing us over and over again, yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to take care of you. If you trust me, I'm going to take care of you.
It was Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and I was sitting. I remember I was sitting in the little conference room there with a guy talking to the middle school kids about, putting their faith in God and living at the Word. And you're here at Oakdale in church.
And I
You texted me.
I did the math, and I looked and I realized that $50 more a month and we would be tithing. So I sent him a text and said, "Here's where we're at. This is what's going on. Can I do this?" And he wrote back, "Yes." And it was 2 years ago, we were financially at our lowest.
Mhm.
I had been home for 12 years with the kids. Montgomery County hadn't given a raise in 3 or 4 years. We had completely depleted all of our savings. We were not able to make ends meet every month.
You had a son in travel soccer.
We had a son in travel soccer, and we just said, and God had shown us so many times over and over again, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you, that we both felt that this was the right time and we just needed to do this. We absolutely had many places that we had to sacrifice.
I do not
over the
have new
years.
golf clubs. And we continue to do things like, adopt people at Christmas and do the Thanksgiving boxes and do those sorts of things on top of our tithe, on top of our 10%. So when you see how clearly God is taking care of you, it just becomes so overwhelming.
I think God cares about our giving because He wants us to trust Him, and He wants us to know that He is going to take care of us in all aspects of our life, including our finances.
Yeah.
Start small, start just a little bit outside your comfort zone, and then just sit back and see what God does. And I think you'll just be amazed at how He takes care of you.